Alright, it looks like I'm streaming, although the session timer is still at 0. Who cares about that? As long as it's working. This is Fractured Online. I've had the itch to play these sandbox MMOs. Lately, I've been playing UO. I played the new Legacy server while the beta was up this past weekend, and that was fun. Unfortunately, I only played the one session. I meant to get back to it, but this weekend's been crazy. Well, it's Tuesday, so that was a while ago. Fractured just started a new server. So I started main character, Leoben. This is an alt I created, Blood Demon, just to see how the demons played. The races really are what makes your characters different. Aside from the skills you pick, and well, you know, if you've been following Fractured, you could probably already understand how you can build your character through finding the different skills out in the world. While you kill the monsters, you unlock different skills and abilities and spells. What I'm going to do today is create a new character to go through Tutorial Island, because it's very important that you go through the Tutorial Island, and I'll show you the progression and how it's important to stay on Tutorial Island so that you can complete killing all the different types of mobs in the area so that you can unlock the different skills, abilities, spells, and so on. We've got humans, we've got demons, and we've got the wild folk. Now, I haven't tried wild folk. I might as well do this one. Wild folk are the native inhabitants of the wild and lush planet Arborus, what's left of Elysium, once home to all the races of Fractured Online. This connection with nature allows them to harvest primal energy from their home planet. When endowed with sufficient primal energy, the wild folk can assume their primal form for a limited time, becoming considerably more powerful than they normally are. Whoa, you can be a person, wild folk. I thought you had to look like a cat. Well, that's kind of neat. Let's see what else you can do here. Here's the cat person, and here's the stag person. Now, I'm sure they all have different types of attributes. Let's see what they're up to here. This is the subrace called the Blessed Humans. The Iridra renounced the ways of their kind to live in harmony with nature and were thus welcomed on Arborus as wild folk. You know what? I'm going to turn the music off because... Oh, you can adjust it now. It just seems like the music is loud, so just give me a second here. I guess you don't have to apply that. I heard it go down. This seems better. Wait a minute. Okay, so the Blessed Humans, the Iridra, renounced the ways of their kind to live in harmony with nature, and thus welcomed on Arborus as wild folk. Arboreus. So their base health, 2,250. The base mana is 1,000. Their carry weight, 80 kilograms. Just like humans, +2 to all attributes. They have +100 luck. I don't know what luck does. The +5 health regen, +5 mana regen, +20 spiritual power, and +10% healing received. I guess these are like their racials. Energy reservoir. You can store primal energy within yourself for later use. Primal energy can be replenished by channeling energy from primal crystal formations on Terra, or consuming a primal energy item while resting. And they have primal renewal. So another racial. You release some of the primal energy you collected, greatly enhancing your powers and regeneration capabilities. For the next 10 seconds, your physical, magical, and spiritual powers increase by 40%, and you regenerate 100 health and mana each second. It can also be activated while you're incapacitated. The requirement is you have to have 20% energy in your reservoir. Okay. Male, female, doesn't make a difference here as far as the attributes and abilities. Looking at the Tigerkin, the Chadra, the Kadra, whose body is substantially larger than the average human, The wild folk most endowed with quick reflexes and agility. They have much higher health, 2,750. Base mana is less, 750. And they have more carry weight, 120 kilograms. So this looks like the melee fighter type. +4 dex, +2 strength, constitution, and perception. They have poison resistance and stealth. And here are their racials. Energy conduit. You can absorb primal energy from the environment, gaining additional power from it. And were tiger form, you assume your primal form, greatly enhancing your fighting capabilities. Your energy conduit buffs are increased, as they now grant you 40% physical power and 20% critical chance. Additionally, you gain 500 bonus health and 5% movement speed. While transformed, you retain your armor resistances and properties, but you cannot use any weapons. Alright, well that's a lot of reading here and a lot to go through, so when you're making your character, you go ahead and do that. I'm not going to bore you with reading everything. This is the Heartkin, or the Eridra? That's a hard word to say, huh? They're smart, they're agile, they're perceptive, but physically weaker than the members of the other wild folk families. Their intelligence is higher. Let's see that. They have +100%, +100 detection. And they have also the energy conduit and the wereheart form. Alright, I'm going to go with the Blessed Human. I like how they fixed the characters in their idle position. In the earlier forms of the game, their knees were bent, and it looked like they were kind of squatting down. It really bothered me. We'll give them that one. Let's see the faces. You can't zoom in. They don't have too many options. 3 options for the face. Here are the tattoo options. Kind of like that one. We can make a different color. Oh, that's a skin color. You can make an albino. I kind of want the hair color to stand out a little bit without making it white. I guess that's the best. That's fine. And then I guess you can't change the tattoo color. That's all right. So here's my character. I want it next me. Next. All right. Now you pick a background for your character. This is simply kind of a starting set of skills or abilities or spells you're going to get. You start with these 4 if you choose a gladiator, right? So like a melee type character. Let's say I chose a druid. I would get these 4. I played a druid in early builds of the game. It was fun. And battle mage, you're going to get some spells. And ranger, you're going to get some ranged abilities and traps. So what do I want? I'm thinking maybe my demonkin is a pyromancer build. I haven't even finished the tutorial with her. My main character, Leoben, is a gladiator build. I use an axe. So I have a melee, I have a caster. Why don't I go with like a ranger? Alright, so I'm starting with Bear Companion. It's just a pet. The grizzly bear is like a bit of a tank. He's resilient, can stun victims, and has some, it says powerful blows, but I don't think they do much damage. The wolf companion, I think, does more damage. Then I have double shot, which is an archery skill. I have volley, and I have snare trap. Now here I pick my attributes, which have been assigned according to the background, but you can change them as you like. And also later in the game, you can pay a fee in silver to change them. So I think strength is high here. I would think that dexterity would be higher for a ranger. Alright, it shows you when you mouse over them, it shows you how your modifiers will change. So for instance, with strength, I'm getting plus 4% physical power, plus 4 kilograms of carry weight, and my health looks like it regenerates faster by a half second. Right? But if I go here to dexterity, now I'm getting plus 1% armor, penetration, I'm getting plus 1% cooldown reduction, plus 40 evasion, and plus 20 stealth. Intelligence does the same thing. It adds mana, magic power. Constitution adds health, healing received, and fortitude. Just what you might expect. This all makes good sense. Although there are things in the game that don't make much sense, and we'll come across those pretty quick as I play, and you'll see them. So, some gameplay and some design decisions I question. Does not make the game any less fun though, because I've been playing for a lot of hours these past few days, and it's been fun. I did get into a guild, a very small guild, but with a bunch of nice people. I think they're Europeans because, well, they're always on, so I don't know where they're from, but I know one of them is from Europe. But we cross paths quite often, and we're working together building up a little city. I'm mainly the resource gatherer, so I'm out there mining and chopping wood just because I don't know how to do much else. And I made a big blunder on that server with my main character. I actually grind. There's a way to make gold early in the game. I got gold. I saved up enough to build my house. I did some research. I knew what kind of house I wanted. I knew you had to make a smaller house in order to have more room on your property to put, crafting stations, things like that. And I misclicked, and I placed like a 4x4 house right in the middle of my plot. So I panicked and I abandoned it. And what that does is you say goodbye to your 2,000 gold coins you needed to place the house. So I'm still a little bit disappointed about that. My guildmates were giving me gold and saying, "Here, we're going to help you," but I said, "Nope. I'm gonna go back and earn the gold on my own." Perception here seems like something a ranger would need, right? Perception adds critical chance, critical damage, accuracy. Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. Perception is 14. Let's just leave it the way it is here. How about that? Let's leave it the way it is. And we have to name our character. It's going to have to be something slightly evil, right? Since I am playing... Oh no, I'm not playing the evil races. I'm playing the good races of the Wildkin. So let's name him... Ferndale's usually like a dwarf name. I usually name like halflings and dwarves Ferndale. My first little snake I caught upstate was named Ferndale. He escaped somewhere in my house. Some other names I use. I'm drawing a blank. Well, we could name him Leoben, but we'll put a 0, like my channel, instead of the O. Oh, but it doesn't let you put a 0, does it? It's going to say that name is taken, isn't it? No, apparently you can name your character the same thing over and over. Maybe because it's on a different world. And each character has a unique ID, too. Alright, very good. So let's get in, finally, to Iridra. Terrible with these names. Oh, okay, here I am, getting punched by another noob. Alright, so if you're interested in Fractured, I'm sure you know about the UI layout, but let me just go over it real quick. And another thing, oh, it did put a 0. Okay, so now that it displays my name in the game, that's a 0, so that makes sense now. You cannot differentiate it from the character screen. So anyway, if you're interested in Fractured Online, you've played or you're thinking about playing, you probably already know how to get this game, but it is a Steam game. You could go onto Steam and buy it, download it from there. I think they're offering codes to content creators where you can go and get like a 20% discount. I haven't applied or done that yet, so I'm sorry I can't give you a code, but if you're interested, look around, and you can always get it from Steam. You could also go to their website, Fractured Online, which I linked in the description, I think, and that's where I got mine, because I bought mine early on when they were offering it as like a Kickstarter, because this was a Kickstarter game. So that's why I'm subscribed. I have a premium VIP subscription for 30 days that came with that. The VIP does give you bonuses. I'll let you look at the website and look that stuff up. Actually, you could check it out real quick on the store right here. It'll show you. So I have the very, first Adept pack, which gives you the beta access, which I played some beta. The Dynamite tokens, it gives you 2,000. You could do a lot with Dynamite tokens. You could trade them for gold in the game and things like that. So you call this pay to win if you want, but honestly, I don't know. I haven't played it enough to really get that sense of it, but it's got the token. So if you want to link that to pay to win, then sure, I guess you can do that. And then it has all these other packs for however much money you want to spend. You get more tokens, you get more VIP time. VIP did another thing in the game which doesn't list it here, does it? Oh, you know what it does in the game? It doesn't say it here, but when you kill mobs in the game, if you're a VIP, the mobs have a chance to drop these, I forget what they call them, but they're things that give you a lot more gold and stuff like that. Now, someone told me this, so maybe that's just what everybody gets. Maybe you don't have to be VIP. Alright, so let's go over the UI real quick. Up in the top left is your hunger, I'm not going to try to say that word because you know me and I'm not good at saying words. Your hunger and your thirst. There really is no thirst, you just have to eat. You're resting, that's important. If you go around and you're adventuring for hours and you don't rest, you're going to get tired and you'll get debuffed. Top red bar is health, bottom blue bar is mana. Here is the energy reservoir. So this bar up top is directly now linked with my racials, which it wasn't on my other characters. What I really like about this game is that roads let you travel faster, a certain percentage faster. So if you're on a road or a path, you'll move quicker. That's what this means. Rested. Right now I have a rested buff because I am fully rested. So I feel great. As long as it's above 50%, I'll enjoy a 4% boost in movement speed. And here is my hunger. As long as that's above 50%, I can recover 5 health every second. And I've discovered just recently that if I sit down by pressing K, if I'm wounded, this makes me recover health much faster. Whoops. Yeah, see, plus 19 idle standing. And if I'm sitting, now plus 250 or 275. Definitely you want to sit down to regain your energy and your mana and your health and whatever that is. So another thing I can tell you that I don't like about this game is your idle animation. So here I am in the town, enjoying the fire, looking around. I wave to the guard. I'm here peaceful, but I look like I'm Rocky and I want to punch somebody right in the face. Look at him. He will not relax. The only way I can relax is if I sit down. I do not like that at all. Now, depending on what kind of class you play, you can fix this. So if I choose to play like a magic user and I grab a staff, somehow, and some reason, the staff holder, the magic users with a staff, can stand pretty much like a normal person. But if you're going to be a melee character and carry around like a sword or an axe or something, you're going to look like this all the time. Your character's just going to bounce around looking like he's itching for a fight. Okay, so we have an opening quest. The tutorial island is full of these quests that you should go through. It'll help you learn the game. It'll also give you knowledge points. So I'm not going to go on. I'm going to start playing the game, and as I accrue knowledge points and things unlock, I'll start to explain that. First thing it wants me to do is rest at a bonfire in one of the encampments. Well, luckily I spawned right into an encampment. This is the tutorial island right here. And these green stars are points of interest for my quest. You left click on the campfire, and I could rest or I can cook. I'm going to rest. Now here's the progression. It wants me to save an ability preset. So ability presets are on the left here. Talent presets are on the right. We're going to do that later on. So new preset. We started the game as a ranger, so that gave us these 4 abilities. So you can, first of all, I like to click, I like to left control click on something that kind of, a picture that kind of describes what the build is that I'm making. In this particular instance is 4 skills, all the basic skills. I'm just going to click that one. So you can differentiate your presets just by the thumbnail. And then you can add them by left clicking. Just like that. So I have 4 of them. You have to save it. And now you have to memorize it. Yeah, that's another thing we have to do here. So to memorize it, you select it. Now you hit memorize. So we completed that quest chain, and you have to claim your rewards. What game was I just playing where you had to do that? I think Ultima Online New Legacy, the beta. You go through everything, you complete your quest. Well, great, then you should get a notification that you completed your quest, and it should give you the reward. Why do I have to click this? I mean, it doesn't make sense. But I'm going to click it so I can claim my rewards. So we rested at the bonfire. We saved an ability preset, and we memorized it. It does give you some nice art role-playing text, which I read sometimes. I'll read a few times here, but I do want to get through the tutorial island in this one stream, so I may not read all of it. And I'll leave that to you if you're going to play the game to enjoy on your own. But here's the initial quest text. You wake up in a forest. The howling of wolves is near, but you're pretty sure they can't reach you up this hill. Take a moment to organize your thoughts. You can fight, but you don't remember how. Sit over the fire, take a deep breath, and remember. So that's kind of neat. It kind of, in a roleplay fashion, sums up what we just did in our quest. And it gives us knowledge points. Now, knowledge points is the experience in this game. It's not earned like a typical game. Okay, we just earned it by completing this quest chain, but there are no quests in the game. Once I get off Tutorial Island, this kind of stops. Well, that's not true. That's not true. Let me claim it. Okay, we got knowledge points. Now it unlocks a new tracked quest. We have to gather 6 plant fibers and craft linen weave and craft linen bandages. Let's do that right now. Here's the flax. The flax gives us plant fibers. Crafting times are okay. They're not nearly as egregious as what's the game? You know, the game that's been under development for 15 years that I play occasionally. I don't think I've ever streamed it yet. Brad McQuaid made it. Why can't I think of the name of the stupid game? No, I have to look it up now. It's on my calendar because when it's my Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen. When it's my turn to play the game, because I have like the lowest backing of the game, where it gives me a week. Every period, I get a week to play, which I've already missed a few days. I just realized I should play that. I don't know, I'm going to be kind of busy today, so I think this may be it for today, but gotta play that. Alright, anyway, you can see that these things respawn really quick, which is nice. And the crafting time is pretty short, which is nice. But as I was saying, in Pantheon, Rise of the Fallen, you spend a lot of time gathering, and I do not like it. Alright. Do I have enough? I have enough. Well, we'll get this one just for good luck. For new players, the blue text is your help text, and I do find it pretty helpful. The community has been good. If you left click on the bottom tab in your chat window, you can see the different chat channels: recruit, help, trade, guild, party, general, and local. We're going to stay in local for now. Alright, so now that we have our 6 plant fibers, we have to craft linen weave. Some of the most basic things you can craft, you could do it right from your inventory. Here's the linen weave. It requires plant fibers, which we have. And we want to craft 6 of them. Alright, that's done. Now we want to craft linen bandages. The bandages are in a separate tab. Here they are. Bandages require linen weave. And I think one crafting of a bandage, you get 10 per 2 linen weave. So let's do 3 of them. That should give us 30. And that's what we need, 30 linen bandages. Crafting times are pretty quick in this too, which is I appreciate. Okay, we completed that. Wolves will hurt you, adventure. They have long, sharpened teeth and dirty claws. Before you start to fight them, you'll need to think about the aftermath of the combat. Search around and try to avoid fighting. Look for flax plants, shows you an image, and interact with them to collect the plant fibers. Which we've done. We're going to get 200 knowledge points, and it's going to give us a bonus of 100 bandages. Flame reward. Perfect. Now, the best defense. Where are you going? You already want to fight? Without a weapon, you're defenseless. It's time to create something to avoid dangers and kill your enemies. A primitive bow is crafted from tree branches and ropes. Search for the recipe in your inventory crafting menu. Okay, inventory crafting menu is down here. I don't know the key bind for that, so I usually just click it. And we can go to the weapons. We're going to go down here to the primitive bow. So they weren't lying. You need branches and rope. I think I could make rope right now. 2 rope, yep. From plant fibers. It's always good to carry plant fibers around with you, I learned. And now we need some sticks. And the way to get sticks is to find a tree. Here's the tree. Now, without an axe, all you can do is get sticks from trees. But once I can craft an axe, I will be able to chop these trees into logs. And it does something interesting, sort of something like I first encountered in a game called Foxhole, which is a World War II persistent online MMO. The big items, the big things that you can find in the environment or craft are things that you can carry one of. So for instance, in Foxhole, when you had to load like a howitzer or like a big gun with a shell, your character would pick up this shell, put it on their shoulder, and bring it over to the gun and load it. So that's how logs are in this game. You carry one log. Now they have carts and they have things that help you move them around, but that's how it works. So branches are small things that you can carry a whole bunch of in your inventory. And here's my primitive bow. It needs 3 branches, 2 rope, and there I go. There is an animation on the character, actually. You can see it through this transparent window. He's doing something with his hands. But I've completed that quest. Let's get it. 200 knowledge points. Now we have to hunt for supplies. Probably you've already heard the noise of wolves and bears coming from the forest nearby. They're just outside this camp. Search for some rabbits, or maybe for you. Oh, they are searching for rabbits. Now you can fight them. In the wild, it's kill or be killed, and you don't want to end up on their menu. Every part of an animal is important, so don't forget to take everything. Even the teeth can become a nice trophy. Alright, let's go kill bears and wolves. First, let me equip. C is your character. Paper doll, whatever you want to call it. I is your inventory. Right click to equip it. Now, one thing I have not done yet, which is important, besides drag my bandages into the hotbar, is to equip my abilities. The abilities, when you memorize them, are up here. Now, I think you can right-click. I think you could right-click them to use them. Otherwise, you have to drag them down into your hotbar. The hotbar is like Albion Online. It's not the number keys. It is the Q, W, E, R, T, D, F, G keys. You don't have to craft arrows, I don't think, in this game, which I'm thankful for. Alright, so we have to go to the east and find these wolves and bears. You don't really notice too much the difference in speed on foot when you're on paths and roads, but when you get a horse and when you pull around a cart, you really can tell the difference. Okay, here's some wolves. Let's see what we can do. First, I'm going to throw a trap. Let's see how the trap works. Oh, you do have to select a target to throw the trap. Oops, pressing the wrong button. Oh, there's the trap. Alright, and this is my first wolf. So right-clicking the target will attack and not move. So I know if you played Diablo, Diablo 2, those style of games, and you used to have to press a key, shift, I think, for Diablo, in order to stay still, right? You didn't want to like necessarily run after your opponents. If you were in a choke point, you'd want to stay there and fight them. And same thing if you're an archer. You don't want to move around too much. You want to get your distance. You want to select a target, and you want to fight them from range. So we're going to try to do that and not move. So let's kill this one here. I'm going to try to get my trap first. What? Okay. What? Why doesn't the trap work? Why doesn't the trap work? I think you have to be close for the trap. I don't get it. I'll have to figure that out. Well, I'm really screwing this up. I'm just going to auto-attack him to death since I cannot use my abilities. Okay, you have to place the trap beforehand. That's something you have to plan. 2 bears is going to really suck. I also didn't spawn my own bear to help me. You can use a bandage at any time. So I'll use one right now. And you can see the green numbers popping up. I'm getting healed. These bears don't do a lot of damage. That's my AoE, and 2 bears are down. In the beginning, they really take it easy on you. The bears and the wolves are not hard to kill, but once you get into some of the other types of mobs, they get a little harder. So yeah, I have to set the trap, then I have to back up. That's how you do it. Now he gets stuck. So I should be able to kill him before he gets to me, and I did. Whoops. The ranger is the first class I played when I first tried the game, and then I moved on to a more of a melee character each time I played after that. This is like my first time coming back to it in a while, so it's all coming back to me. Alright, there's Bleeding Strike. Notice I've learned a new ability. So here's a good time to stop and show the progression. Well, the Book of Knowledge, really. Here's the Book of Knowledge. This is the Beastiary. On Tutorial Island, you have these mobs. We're not going to get to the bandits till last. Right now, we're working on bears and wolves. We have 20% into bears. Now, if you select bear, it shows you their combat rating. This is the progress. We have to kill a whole bunch of them. This is their attributes. I think as we kill them, we start to learn more about them, right? Because there are question marks here. And then once we kill enough of them, and once we complete the progress, we're going to get these skills. Lacerate, which is an axe fighting skill, and we're going to get a magical ability called Bear Companion, which we already have this. This is one of our starters. But some characters, depending on your starting build, you may not have this, so you can learn it. We killed 50% of the wolves, which is why we learned Bleeding Strike, which is a knife fighting ability. When we complete the wolves, we will learn the Wolf Companion. The same goes for resources. Now, really a good way to level up your rank in this game, or your level, is by collecting everything you see. Okay, and don't panic, because there is a limited carry weight and there's limited capacity in your inventory, but you can adjust those. You can make it so you can carry more. So I would just go around, everything you see, just pick it up. Here's armor, the Book of Knowledge of Armor. So I haven't really fooled around with this much yet. And then weapons. All right, so my weapon is a bow, primitive bow. Here's primitive bow. Your current proficiency in crafting. Oh, this is for crafting. This is not for use. So that's another thing I realize, is that your use in the weapon does not increase. And like, you know, in order to gather things, you don't need to have a certain level to gather certain things. At least not in the early game. Let me get out my bear companion. He's got cool tattoos. Alright, I haven't used a companion yet, so I don't know their... There must be a way to... Oh, here, there. Here's a way to command them. For your pet commands, you use the number keys. I think I've only unlocked the first one, which is follow me. Then you can command them to defend, to fight, or to kill. Well, let's see if it works. I'm going to command it to kill this wolf. Oh yeah, it works. Alright, and then I put it on to follow me. So he'll just follow me around. Alright, good. What'd I do? He disappeared. Oh, because I pressed R again. So if you press your ability, he goes away. I'll bring him back. Go kill that. Alright, creature knowledge completed. See, this is why I turned off kill, because I knew he'd go on a rampage. He's going on a rampage. That's alright. Let him fight. I'll just go around collecting the spoils. Alright. Follow me, follow me, follow me. Let's not get carried away. So, I finished the wolf. Let's go to our book of knowledge. Beastiary. I finished a wolf 100%. So as you can see now, it unlocks all of its attributes, its stats, its resistances. So now we know everything about the wolf. I thought this was a pretty good innovation in these types of games. This is something that I haven't seen in these games before. And we've also unlocked these two abilities, which is cool. So we can keep on killing wolves for their resource, but right now I think what I want to do is kill the bears. And my goal is to go through the Book of Knowledge Beastiary, get to 100% on everything, and this is why all the videos you'll see will say complete the tutorial island so that you can get 100% and get all of these abilities, because every time you hit 100% completion on each one of these mobs, you're going to get all those abilities down at the bottom of the screen, and you'll have more options to build your character the way you want to. Yeah, no, I'm going to ask him to defend me. Then I'm going to place a trap. And then I'm going to shoot the bear. That's cool. The bear defends me before I get hit. So once the bear sees that I shoot at a target, it comes in and it goes and attacks it. I don't have to get hit. Oh, here comes another one. The bear does draw aggro too. After it hits a couple of times, it grabs aggro, which is good. I misclick and I fire these arrows all over the place. I'm going to wind up drawing ads and getting killed once I get into harder mobs. So here are some small stones I recommend picking up and having 10 of those on you at all times, and you'll see why. Some items you can pick up from the environment, you do it immediately. Some require a little bit of time, like this raspberry bush. Alright, let's put a trap down, and let's kill the bear. You can select your ability on your hotkey while at the same time auto attacking. Now in this game there is no auto attack where you select a mob and it just attacks. You have to hold down the button. So while I'm constantly shooting arrows, it's because I have my finger on the button and he's just chain machine gunning that thing. The same goes for melee attacks. Alright, follow me. You're standing on the mob. Come on. Oh, I turned it back to follow me. So if I put it on follow me, he doesn't even attack. So it's going to be something getting used to. Keeping my fingers up on the numbers and then moving them down to the actual abilities. I trapped my own bear. Did you see that? So I guess you could trap your own bear, which is kind of cool. Flax is everywhere on Tutorial Island. It's sometimes hard to find out in the... I was in Erin, which is the human starting town on Terra. And you can get... what do you call it? You can get the plant fibers from anything you pluck out in the world. Any type of plant, you can get plant fibers. But flax gives you more, I think. Alright, so we've done it. I went a little past what I needed to, but we've gotten to... Oh no, we've only gotten to 90%. We unlocked Lacerate, which is the axe fighting skill. So, let's see, maybe there's just this bear left, but we'll do it. Go kill that. My bear stopped attacking because instead of pressing Q for my ability, I pressed 1, which is follow me. So that's something I gotta get used to for sure. I should be used to it because in Albion Online you had to do a lot of button presses for stuff like that. And this is not unlike Albion in the way it plays. It's the top-down isometric type of game. Come here. See, the problem is when I put it on attack, he looks for everything on the screen to attack. Now, when you put it on follow me, he doesn't attack at all. So I think that the happy medium is going to be defend or fight. What's fight? You order your summon to fight, attacking any opponent in range. Oh, and kill orders it to attack a specific target. So it'll just keep attacking wolves if I point at a wolf, I guess. We'll ask him to defend me. Alright, now we have 100% bear. And we can complete our quest. Safe haven. As the sun goes down, you see the light of a nearby village. The inhabitants will probably give you hospitality, at least to cook the wolves you just killed. Search for the local tavern, the one with a fireplace, and start cooking some meals. Alright, let's go. Let me grab some flax. The initial plan for the game was to have 3 worlds. The Terra was going to be the primarily human world where you can sort of do PvP and PvE. Then they had the demons, which was PvP on all the time. And then they had this race, the Wildkin, which was going to be PvE. There was no PvP, I don't think. With some exceptions. I think there were some exceptions with a time of the month where, like, the demons would be able to invade. But I don't know if they could invade the wild folk lands. I think maybe they can only invade Terra. But You know, I'm not sure. But anyway, they changed all that with the recent patch and the release of 1.0. I believe they changed it now, so PvP is consensual only for most of the time, with areas that are PvP on. And, you know, I think it's a break for some of the players that really wanted to play the game as a PvE game. Alright, it appears that if you're an archer, as long as I'm carrying my bow, I'm not looking like I want to punch someone, but what would happen if I put the bow away? Yeah, now he goes into his boxing mode. I can't stand it. Alright, here's the fireplace. Let's cook. Roasted bear meat. We have 11 to cook. Just cook it all. I'm not sure if it goes bad. I don't think it does. I could be wrong about that because I usually just cook it all. The roasted bear meat. What does it do? It just gives you 45 for your hunger. And then we have wolf meat. Cook all those. Wolf meat gives you also 45 to your hunger. I don't know, your hunger doesn't give you a total. I don't know what the total is in this space up here, but right now we're about halfway. So we're about to lose our buff. You have to stay in this window to craft. If you close the window, you stop crafting. Alright, let's eat some of that food. As you see, the raspberries which we picked is only 20 hunger. We'll eat a piece of bear meat. That puts us up to 100%. Alright, now it's asking us... Okay, no, we finished that. So another 200 knowledge points. This is an optional quest, fully equipped. Wearing a full set of armor always grants additional bonuses. Well, we could craft armor. We'll do that. And gearing up, craft animal hide, and craft hide armor. So let's go out here. We passed it. The minimap usually has a legend on it to show you what's what. But in the tutorial island here, I don't think it does. We just passed the tailor shop or the tanner. Here it is. The fleshing beam makes animal hides out of all of the raw animal hides we collected from the animals. Let's make them all. We're probably gonna need more than this. I think each piece of gear will take 10 to 20 animal hides, so I'm gonna have to go out and grind some more wolves and bears. Here we go. The tailoring bench. We can make commoner clothes, scholar clothes, assassin clothes. Assassin clothes are a little advanced. You need these things, which are extracts, and I haven't figured out how to make them yet. Here are the hide armors. So hide armor is the most basic, and then hunter armor, which again I need to figure out how to make these extracts, which I don't know how. Let's say I wanted to make the body extract. Aspect extracts are essential in concocting alchemical potions, but are also commonly used as reagents. Reagents can be used at an imbuing station to add magical properties to armor, weapons, and trinkets. I don't think there's an imbuing station here. And in fact, I don't think there's one in the starter town where I'm playing my main. So that's what's important about building a house, because once you build your house, you can build all sorts of crafting stations. I'll show you them quick, or the blueprints for them anyway. So right now we can build a campfire. The reason why I said it's good to have 10 small stones on you and some plant fibers, well, not plant fibers, really, you need stones and branches to build a campfire. Campfires are good to temporarily rest at, so you can heal up and maybe cook some stuff. That's pretty much all the campfires are good for. In order to get the most benefit out of a fire, you have to be at a fireplace. A fireplace will heal back your purpled out health. So if I were to die, not on the tutorial island, but once I play and I get further down the line in the game, if you get killed, you have like a death penalty sort of, and you won't get. I won't get my 2,750 health. It will be limited. It would be less than that. Even if I rested at a campfire, it won't go up. You have to go like to a tavern, like to an inn, or to your house where there's a fireplace, and then when you rest, you will get your full health bar back. Well, anyway, here are all the blueprints. You start out with them. You don't have to find the blueprints. You know how to make these things. You just have to have the correct materials and your house. So the smelter, the forge, charcoal pile, all these things. And here's the imbuing table, right? Actually, there may be one of these in the town. I just missed it. An arcane table that allows enchanting pieces of equipment to give them additional properties. Must be placed in a magic shop, building, or personal land parcel. Alright, so now that we have our hide, let's start to build. Yeah, see, I'm going to need much more. I'm going to need a lot more hide. I have enough to build the hide armor. Let's craft it. Well, that's all we need to finish the quest. Changes your appearance here. See that I put it on, and now you can see that's the appearance of the hide armor. It is quite a bit better than what I was wearing. And you can see the resistances went way up, right? The resistances down here to slash, to pierce, to crush, and so on. When I put on the hide armor, those all go up. Everything goes up. Alright. Let's claim the reward for that. Gearing up quest, it gives me 200 knowledge points and 10 more animal hide. I'm going to go for the fully equipped so I can get 200 more knowledge points. In order to do that, I need to get more hide. And that means grinding a little bit. Did not mean to shoot you, Zeter. We might as well go back here and grind back where... Actually, no, back there are where the bandits are. So let's not do bandits yet. Flax will not help me. I need animal hides. Like these. And you can see that the rabbit was added to my beastiary. Although it's not something I need here. But I did kill a rabbit. Let's pick up everything that I haven't picked up yet. I should be picking up for knowledge points. And everything I haven't killed, like this spider, I should be killing. A black widow. Oh, when you respawn your bear, he remembers what command you had on in the last, which is neat. Whoops, I dismissed him by accident. I meant to go tell him to kill the wolf. mean, I really don't need the bear. I'm smoking these things. Spiders are not giving me hides, so let's stick to the wolves and the bears. I need the hides. That must have been a stray arrow. See them coming after me? Yep, there's another one. The arrows go beyond my field of view, beyond what I can see on my monitor, and they can hit mobs further down. Which is kind of funny, and I know that's going to kill me later on. Sorry, I do it all the time. I misclick, or I extra click because I'm trying to get something from a mob on the ground, and I miss, and I wind up firing my weapon. Let's see if I could trap 2 mobs at once. I don't think so. It's probably just going to do 1. Just get him. They got to get here at the same time. Did it work? I think I trapped myself. You can't set a trap while you're in combat. They interrupt it. I learned minor healing. This bear doesn't know whether or not it wants to fight or run. Fight. I would like it better if the ranger took out a melee weapon once the mob got close. This bear is a bit of a pain in the ass to kill. See that? Every time I miss with an arrow, they all come running. Oh, that was bad. They're not doing any damage to me, though. Well, a little bit. Let's use a bandage. That's a spider. What the hell? What is that? Yeah, it's a spider. It did a hit and run on me. See how much I got. All that, and I only have 16. Well, then plus the 18 here. That might be enough because the armor was 20, but I think like the helmet and gloves and arms are 10. But then I got boots. It reminds me a little bit of Ultima Online, this game. Just not as... come on with the shooting of the bow. It's not as fleshed out. Obviously, Ultima's been around for almost 30 years, and this is brand new. So there's a lot more to Ultima, but this looks a lot newer, and it plays nice and smoothly. The combat is fun. Let's do a hide. Let's do a hide helmet. That's 10. Hide boots is 10. I think I'll be able to do it. Hide gloves. We have to equip it in order to complete the quest. The gloves look cool. They have that. They have the bear teeth. Alright, so that is the optional quest. Completed. Another 200 knowledge points. Gearing up. We already completed, did we? We did. And now we have to go find a mount. First, let's check out the progression. Started to look at this earlier on, but I am rank 3. I have 4,340 knowledge points acquired. It shows you how much you get from monsters, how much you get from resources, and how much from exploration. I have 5 out of the 60 talents unlocked. And here's a max school proficiency level, which this is something entirely different. I don't fully understand it yet, but I think you need special orbs to increase this. Here are these abilities, school proficiencies. So right now I would be in archery. When you click that, it says orbs of archer are required to increase this proficiency. They must be in your inventory and will be consumed on use. So you'll see these things are very much in demand on the market. People can sell them. Now, I did learn some more abilities. For instance, instead of the bear, I can get a wolf companion, which I might. I can carry around an axe, right? So that there is weapon switching, so that I could do exactly what I said before. I could use my bow, take some shots, use my ranged abilities, and then when the mob comes in close, I can switch to the axe and use the lacerate. Same with a knife. I could use knife fighting. So you can mix and match these things. You can create any type of ability preset you want. Talents. We're going to get into this soon. I think it's going to ask me to do this maybe it's going to ask me once I get to the mainland, but it's going to ask to create a talent preset. And talent presets are all passive things. Like, for instance, my main character is a melee character, and I go with this branch, which is like the, I don't know what you'd call it. It doesn't show you anything when you mouse over, but basically I take toughness, which is plus 20 physical armor. You can increase your health regen. You can increase your carry weight. So I have multiple presets depending on what I want to do in my play session. So if I'm going to go out and gather resources for the guild, I come in and I memorize the pack mule. I call it the pack mule preset because what I'll do is I'll put all my talent points into these pack mules, which gives me plus 10% carry weight each time and more strength. So it helps with the resource gathering. Now if I'm going to be fighting, I'll put it into the armor instead. And this one as well, I get plus health, plus fortitude. You get the idea. For this character, I'll probably put it in this line, right? Armor penetration or critical damage. Haven't done much with the gods yet. I haven't really looked into this, so I can't really comment much on that. Alright, let's go out and find a horse. Now, in order to find a horse, I have to craft an animal net. I think I can do that inside my crafting menu. I know I'm going to need rope. I think I need 5 rope. I'm just remembering. So let me get that started. Now, if I went to another tab here to start looking at other things, I think it ends my crafting. Let's test that theory. It did. It ended my crafting because I think I only made 4 rope. Let's see. Yeah. So you have to... It's kind of a thing that I wish they would change that. I wish they would... You know, once you start, let it go. And now I should be able to look and browse my other things that I need so that I don't have to sit here and watch that thing. If you're creating 50 or something, you have to sit there and watch it, you know. Which it's kind of old school. Let's see. I think it might be under weapons. No. Here's the animal net. The animal net requires 5 rope. That's all it needs. Craft it. I believe gives me 10 uses. In order to get a horse, you only need a few uses. But I think there are upgrades and there are different types of horses. I just saw that on a video I watched. How many stones do I have? I have 5 small stones. Let's pick up 5 more. Let's pick up the milkweed because I haven't discovered that yet. And here's a horse. So I have to put the net into my hotbar. And now I have to throw the net at the horse. And now I have to go tame it. You just left click on it. Oh, first time. Nicely done. It's in your inventory. All you have to do is right click it. So this is a horse token. Mount tokens can be equipped just like any other inventory item. Once equipped, you can press the mount key to summon your mount. The mount key is A. Alright, did it. Another 200 knowledge points. And then we're on to Beastmaster, which is an optional quest. It's asking us to complete the knowledge of Black Widow and then kill Nightfang, which is a boss. It doesn't tell you where the bosses are, but I have a feeling they're going to be around here somewhere. You know, the bosses are like in their own little areas. I think this might be Undead area. There's a bandit area, and then there's like a spider, wolf, bear area. You cannot collect things while on your horse. Let's find some mobs to kill so I can complete my book. What do I have left? A lot. I have all the bandits left. I have to do Black Widows, and then the undead skeletons and zombies. Somebody put down a fireplace here. And you can use other people's fireplaces. So here's where you can really tell the difference on being on a road and being off a road when you're on your horse. And, well, it's not a big difference, but I could tell. Especially the paved roads. This is just like a path. There are paved roads that look like cobblestone roads where you really go fast. Alright, that area back there was just for catching horses. Maybe this way we'll find some enemies. Yeah, there's going to be some nastiness out this way. So, oh, where'd I go? Okay, this is the bandits. Oh, shoot. Oh, let's kill this bandit. Step on the trap. There we go. The bandits are going to drop gold, which is important. You're going to need it to create your first house. So what I did wrong my first time around with my main character, as I did not grind these enough. I had to grind goblins, which are on the main area. Goblins can be a little more dangerous, but they do drop gold as well. I'm not sure if I'm ready for this. Let me heck. Let's get the bear out here and do it. Okay, the bear's protecting me. I'm going to put down my trap, and I'm going to shoot him. It's on. It's not always me. Like, sometimes when your character fires, you just randomly miss. And the arrow continues on, and it can hit something beyond it, I guess. That's not where I wanted the trap. That guy spawned quick. Why isn't the bear attacking? Nobody stepped on my trap here. He got that one. Mech killer. I don't know if he's typing something at me or not. These bandits, you'll see the same thing happens with the goblins and other humanoid targets. They have different classes of mob. So they'd be like a magic user, they'd be like an ranged attacker, they'll be like the tank. So there could be some strategy on what to kill first and what to, you know, kind of wait out. I got pretty good range. I'm shooting that thing, I can't even see it. They sound like Gandalf. Oh no, they sound like Saruman when they're shouting, the NPC bandits. I learned Sharp Strike. That's probably a knife ability, I'm guessing. Sometimes these dead bodies despawn quicker than I could loot them, which stinks. And I think they killed my bear. If you look up on the top left of the screen, you can see that I'm getting hungry and I'm getting tired. Oh, nice. I learned power shot. That's got to be something for me. There's weather and temperature in this game. So right now I'm warm. If you suffer from extreme heat, you could be debuffed. So right now my healing is reduced by 10% because I'm too warm. The status is nullified by the chilled and frozen effect. Okay. It could also be because of what I'm wearing. I think it's possible that the hide armor... Yeah, the hide armor gives you some... like minus 25 cold. It's got cold insulation and heat insulation. Armor encumbrance. It says a lot to this game. I like numbers. I don't necessarily like to like sit here and read them all, but I like that the game has them. Forgot to get my bear back. I gotta get my bear. The fights just take too long without the bear. And I do want to get an axe or a sword and do some melee combat when they get close, because I don't know, it just seems like the right thing to do. Why would I stand there with an arrow and shoot them in the face? It just seems so counterproductive. Let's see where I'm at here. I'm making pretty good progress. I think I could stay and finish this off before I get too tired. With the bear, of course. Go. He's still set to defend me, which is good. He's not going to come and trip the trap, but that guy might. See, the trap is less effective with the bear, because the bear is taunting them and not even coming close to me. I think that time the trap despawned before anything happened. I love the voices. Yeah, the bear's going down again. Take it easy, Saruman. I mean, that is Christopher, what's his name? Christopher, what was that actor's name that did Saruman? And, Count Dooku. The time to use bandages is before you get into trouble. So if you see you're getting overwhelmed, taking a bunch of damage, use it because it's a heal over time. It's not an instant heal. This is like their rogue class bandit. It does not tell you the name of the bandit you're attacking. I can't see that anywhere on my screen. And again, they're not tripping my trap because the bear is so good at maintaining aggro. The problem is the bear gets himself killed, which is not a terrible thing because I have enough mana. I could just respawn him before the next battle. I learned nimbleness. That could be handy for a ranger. Why don't you sit this one out, buddy? Come here. That guy looked like he did more damage than me, didn't it? Where am I at? I have the archers and the oppressors 60%, executioners are 50, marauder 30, so I still have quite a few of these to kill, and I'm gonna get debuffed soon. I'm gonna get too tired. Protect me. I could see that being a turnoff for some players that they are required to rest. But I like it. I know that it's not like very good game design. You know, it forces a player to stop playing the game, stop having fun. But I like sandboxes because I like to be immersed in the world and in the game. So that just adds to the immersion, if you ask me. Even though, you know, it stinks that I can't finish. I would love to sit here and kill all these bandits and finish the beastiary, the book. But I'm not going to do it when I'm below, like when I'm not as effective as I could be. Because, like right now, I lost my buff because I rested, and I'm about to lose my buff because of my hunger, which I can eat anytime I want, but I can't rest out here. Like I said earlier, I have to rest by a fireplace, not a campfire. Another thing the game needs is a button that shows you what's on the ground. Alright, so there's a lot of clutter sometimes when you're out in the wilderness and there's things on the ground like grass and stuff. Sometimes you can't see the goblin you just killed. I mean, they're green, they kind of blend right in. So a lot of games like, you know, mostly adventure, not adventure, but action RPGs have a button where you can press that highlights everything. I know Ultima Online has it. You press a button and it just shows you on the screen anything you can interact with. This needs that. This game needs that, for sure. Alright, so I think my hunger's still good. It's got to go below 20% to get a debuff. I'm going to eat something right now anyway. Alright, now I have a buff. Now I can move. Now I regenerate health faster. The rested one, unfortunately, I do not have the rested buff anymore, but I am not tired yet. So let's continue. let's have him protect me. I don't know the range of that AoE cone. It's got a long timer though. Spear's going down. There's a lot of bandits right there. Wow, I learned burning arrows. Okay, after this battle, I'm gonna go back and learn because I've learned so many abilities that I think are gonna be useful. This anti fellow helped me out. I think I might have died if not for him. He killed most of these, didn't he? I would like to be able to inspect people too. I don't know if you can do that. Alright, I'm going to press A, I'm going to get on my horse, I'm going to go to the tavern. Which way? South. Horse is a good thing to use when you want to get out of combat. If you're on the horse, you can pretty much outrun everything and get out of combat. I haven't been knocked off my horse yet, but I'm sure that's a thing. Alright, here's the tavern. Looks like Auntie got tired as well. I can cook. Now I'm out of coffee. Now it's a real emergency. So as you do things, your skills don't go up. I'm a fan of numbers go up games, but this is a fun game with these systems are okay. I like them. You know, it may not be as fun for people who like to collect things, like people who like to play the game to complete things, because normally in a game like this, in a sandbox like this, you'd have to like uncover or learn all of these recipes, right? But no, I start with all these recipes. I know how to make everything. The thing about this game is the exploration. You have to find these things first in order to make them, so you have to explore the map. Now I can rest. Let's do a new preset. So I have all these other abilities that I learned. Burning arrows is pyromancy. See, I thought this would have been archery, but I guess not. Ability type is weapon modifier. So I saw something about this, that you want to build your build efficiently so that the weapon modifier is the same throughout. So let's say I have a burning arrow. Like I want to have a burning something or other. Like you want to keep it all burning, keep it all like the same. I haven't tested that out. That's something I heard. Warfare lets you jump to your target, do damage. It's an AoE ability. I like the bleeds, so I think I'm going to stay with my arrows. 1, 2 arrow abilities. Assassination. You focus on your reflexes, enhancing your movement speed, and successfully dodging every attack for a few seconds. Well, yeah, that's a good one. The trap, I don't need to put that to last. Same as my pet. Intimidate is a leadership skill. You unleash a terrifying shout, frightening all nearby opponents. It gives them a willpower debuff. Yeah, it's fear. Then I have a shockwave stun. That's also under warfare. It unleashes a shockwave that hits and stuns opponents and does a little bit of damage. Should I use a knife or an axe? How about I use the knife? So I'm going to add bleeding strike. I am going to have to go buy a knife or create a knife. I think I could probably craft one. Otherwise this is going to be useless in my build without the appropriate weapon. Mace fighting I don't want. Axe fighting, no. I'd have more axe fighting abilities and knife fighting abilities, but I think I'm bound to learn some more, so let's let's stay with the bear companion because I think he's beefier than the wolf. Alright, so this was one of my tasks actually in my next quest. I have to reach rank 5. Right now I'm only 4, but then the next thing it asks me to do is memorize a spell preset with at least 6 spells, and right here I just did that. Save this preset and we'll call it nimbleness. And now we have to memorize it. And now I have to fix my hotbar. And now it wants me to memorize a talent preset of at least 8 talent points. Now I don't think I have 8 talent points yet. Let's see. Talents, I only have 6. So I'm gonna... Actually, why hold off? That's not using 6 points that I have at my disposal. So the green looks like it could be for rangers, right? Elusive gives me plus 25 evasion. Piercing gives me 1.5 armor penetration. Or I could do hasty, which is a 1% cooldown reduction. I think I want to do... I'm not having any issues with damage and getting hit, so I want to go for offense. Let's go for piercing. Why can't I do it? Usually when you click it, it fills around the circle and then it lets you advance a circle. I can't do it. To assign talents to the tree, you must create a talent preset and memorize it. Oh, well, 2 presets. Okay, I see. That just shows it to you. Now you can actually do it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can go on to Agile, take a Dexterity. Now this lets me branch, but I'm going to continue along with Piercing. Piercing 2. And that's all I have. So another couple, and I'll fill this out maybe? Or maybe I need 3 more points to fill this out until I get my next agility. Save preset. Oh, I didn't want to save it. I wanted to give it a left control click. Let me see. Here, it's just blank, so I could edit it and I could give it... Yeah, this is the piercing symbol. Save it and then memorize it. That's not going to complete my quest. I need 2 more talent points to do that. Alright, so reaching rank 5. Let's see how far I am. Where's the rank bar? Does it show you a rank bar like your experience bar somewhere? It tells you how much you have and how much you need, so I'm about halfway to rank 5. But I don't know if there's a visual representation of that on the UI here. Yeah, I'm just shooting my arrow inside the tavern. I know it. That's what I do. Alright, I could go back to bandits, but I want to complete the spiders, because it actually gave me a quest for the spiders. Yeah, is it the Beastmaster? Yeah, the Beastmaster. Kill Black Widows and then kill Nightfang. And when that's done, it gives you a Valiant Divine Reward, which is something that I mentioned earlier in the stream. Valiant Divine Rewards are those special drops that mobs will give that will possibly give like extra gold or some other like bonus things like orbs. Orb of proficiency is something you need to increase your effectiveness. And enchanting dusts and crafting recipes, things like that. I'm going to try and find these spiders. I think I'm going to go left here. What's this? That's a spider. But there'll be a bunch of them. So let me go where they're at thickest. Here they are. Oh, I forgot to get my dagger. Alright, we're going to have to do this without the dagger. Just set the trap right on him. They're not aggro, so you can kind of just stand there next to them. Do these count as Black Widows? See, that's the thing. It doesn't tell you what they are. I hear them. Yeah, they must be. Kill that, will ya? Kill that. Kill that. I'm waiting for Q to happen, but it doesn't happen. Q is an ability, double shot, that readies. So when I press Q, it readies it, and then the next shot I take, it fires 2 arrows instead of 1. So it's not broken. It's a delay. Alright, knowledge completed for the Black Widow. That's not what I want. Shocking Lash is an aeromancy ability I learned. Okay, so I have to find now spiderlings. Those are little white ones, I believe. I haven't picked up the penny buns. That'll give me some knowledge points. Here we go. I don't know if I picked up that type of mushroom. Nope. I think I'm headed towards Night Fang. Night Fang is the wait, what's this? It's another little settlement I wasn't aware of. Oh, this is where I started. Night Fang is probably to the south. Come on. I wish I could zoom out just a little bit more. Especially on a 27-inch screen. Like, if you have a wide screen, this really can give you a headache. Yeah, I mean, I'm zoomed in way too much. And look at him when he rides his horse. Look how stupid he looks. They've fixed some animations since the earlier builds that I've tried. And like I said earlier in character creation, when they used to stand up, they used to look like they were sitting on a stool. But they're cleaning it up. Alright, this is ominous looking. I think I might be getting close to something. Lots of bones. Oh, this is this is the wolf boss. Okay. Looks like we're doing this without a pet. I can't use my E ability. I need the dagger. It's gonna be easy. I got him. There's actually 2 abilities here I can't use because I need the dagger. So this blue stuff is primal energy residue. Originated from Elysium himself, primal energy is the purest form of energy in existence which gives life and connects all living beings. In its raw form, it can be used to enchant equipment, craft potions, and fuel powerful contraptions like stargates. You can consume this item while resting to recover 5% of your energy reservoir bar. And then, of course, the hide, the meat, and this is animal bones, which can be used in crafting. Let's claim this. Oh, Nightfang is the wolf. I thought Nightfang was a spider, but this is part of that Beastmaster optional quest. And this is going to drop the divine reward. Let's check our bag and see what it is. When claimed, a divine reward will turn into gold, enchanting dusks, an orb of proficiency, or a crafting recipe. The outcome is random and it depends on the rarity of the reward. Let's claim it. What did we get? Some fucking blueberries. That pisses me off. I just got 3 blueberries. Did I get money from that too? I wish there was a journal that just told me what happened. I think there is. Like a game system journal. Is it a tab in here? I don't think so. Anyway. I'm almost rank 5, which I can complete that one. Here's another optional. Bounty Hunter, complete. Oh, these are the bandits. So I have to go back up and kill bandits. Then there's the undead one. Alright, I'm not going to get them all done. I was trying to finish the tutorial island and get this all done in one video here, but I am going to have to cut it short. So what I'm going to do is go back to the town. I'm going to craft a dagger so that I could use my nimbleness and my bleeding strike, because that's really going to help me in combat. I need those 2 things. I mean, I don't need them. I just kill the boss with just my bow. But this is the tutorial island. Things are easy here. When I get out of here and I get to the mainland, things can get a little more difficult. Alright, I don't think I need to be at any crafting station to build a primitive dagger. I just need the required... resources. So a primitive dagger. I have stones and I could make rope, so that's easy. Primitive dagger. Craft. I asked a friend of mine in my guild about updating my, upgrading my weapons, because I was gathering lots of iron and smelting it, and I was saying, hey, you know, maybe now I can move on from my primitive weapon. They said, you can go pretty far with the primitive weapon. They say that gear progression in this is not like a high priority, but I have that. I'm skeptical. I find that hard to believe. I have to equip my dagger. So my bow is in that spot. You have to press tab to cycle your weapon. So if I put my dagger there and press tab, yeah, it's instant weapon switch. Oh, but you have 3 weapon slots actually. So you know what? That leaves you with even more of a... What am I doing here? Trying to get to my... No. 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 Okay, you can't even access the menu for your talents and presets until you're at a fire. So having 3 weapon slots and being able to tab between 3 weapons gives you even more options for building your character build. So for instance here, I'm going to create a new one, right? So my primary is my bow, right? So let me do double shot and volley. Those are my 2 bow skills. Probably going to keep my trap for now, but I think the trap is going to be phased out. I'm not thrilled with the trap. It's hit or miss whether they even run over it or not, you know. Oh, here's power shot. This is one we used. We learned that I didn't even use in my last build. Power shot shoots an empowered projectile that pierces through multiple enemies. The projectile deals more damage than a regular attack and cripples anyone it hits, plus 36% damage. And it can cripple. It reduces fortitude when it cripples. And we had another knife fighting. So this is not going to be a good example of what I was trying to show because... Oh yeah, well, because you can have 8 abilities in a preset. So here are my 3 bow, right? Now I just made a dagger in which I'll use a bleeding strike, uses knife fighting. This is a bleed. I learned rend armor. You hit every enemy in a cone in front of you, dealing extra damage and cutting and slashing precisely around the joints of the armor, reducing the physical resistance. Yes. And then finally, assassination. I didn't realize this required... Oh, it requires a one-handed weapon. So yeah. So these are my 3 melee, more or less dagger abilities. And now if I create a sword or an axe, I can add another one. Or a staff, I could add some magic. But I'm going to keep the melee combat sort of together. And I'm going to play another alt character if I want to play a mage type character. So what am I missing here? I'm missing my pet, so I have to add my bear. Yeah, the trap and the bear, I guess. Mace fighting, axe fighting, I'm not going to do. So now I have 8. Let's put this as my picture because it's a bleed build. It would be nice to get a ranged bleed build, a ranged bleed attack. I'm not sure if I have one of those yet. Save it, memorize it. Perfect. And as usual, he wants to punch someone. He goes over to the bartender for a drink and looks like he wants to fight. Alright, so I'm going to log it here. I'm going to finish the stream here. But for the next time, I need to get these done. Kill the bandits. And then move into where the undead are. There are skeletons. I have to kill spiderlings. And then when I'm all done with that, I can get off the tutorial island and start up on the Wildfolk lands, which I've never been on. Thanks everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed the game. This is Fractured Online. Go check it out. I don't know if it's on sale on Steam. I'm not even sure how much it's asking for the game nowadays. I've purchased it for so long ago. But if you like Ultima Online, if you like Albion Online, or any of those top-down sort of isometric view MMOs that are sort of sandboxy, this is, I would consider a sandbox, although there are some constraints. I would recommend trying it. It's improved. It's getting better. They just patched it again today. The devs are small. This is an indie MMO, but as you can see, it you know, for the hour and 3/4 that I've played it, may have seen 1 or 2 bugs, but nothing terrible. The gameplay is smooth. I mean, it runs fine on my machine. I can't say it will run fine on yours, but it's not a total dud like I thought it was going to be. When I first tried it, when I first backed it, it was in like an alpha state or early beta, and I was like, I don't know about this. But you know what? I thought the same thing about Albion Online, and I played that for years. Well, thanks for joining. We'll see you next time. And next time, I don't know if I'm going to be doing Fractured or if I'm going to be back into UO, because I had a lot of fun with the new Legacy in Ultima Online. Unfortunately, that beta is over. So I think I'm going to try out the retail UO. I know, don't yell at me. I know. But there are a lot of people playing on the Atlantic server, so I'm going to check it out. So next time I may be doing some of that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.